Hello everybody, it's Connie Stewart with SimplySimpleStamping.com. Thank you guys so much for joining me for a new flashcard 2.0. Guys, today's card is a beauty. I'm telling you what, we are going to combine flashcard 2.0 and the Bloom and Grow bundle. Very beautiful. We're going to have some fun with Stampin Blends today. And what do you think of that nice little scallop down at the bottom? What a great card. Very beautiful. A great way to tell someone they're wonderful, and thank you from the bottom of my heart. Very simple card. I'm anxious to share with you how to create it. So let's head over to my stamping table and get started. All right, my friends, let's go over the cardstock you need to create today's flashcard 2.0. My card base today is in soft seafoam, 8.5 by 5.5 and scored at 4 1/4 inch. My flashcard 2.0 pieces are in Whisper White and Purple Posy. Whisper White is cut 2 inches by 5 3/8 inch, and my Purple Posy 2 1/8 inch by 5.5 inches. The star of the show today is most definitely the Bloom and Grow bundle. Guys, this is a fantastic 13-piece stamp set. We have got a lot of floral images and several different sentiments as well. Don't you love that font? It's very fun. We're going to be using one of the florals and 2 of the sentiments, but what's going to make it so nice and easy are the matching dies. You notice the dies probably don't look like much right now. That's because these go along with the floral images that are in the stamp set. And look at this wonderful little scallop. Yep, we're going to be using that today as well. And the coloring tools we're going to need today are our Tuxedo Black Memento ink pad, and then we're going to be using Stampin Blends. I've got the combo of Mint Macaron and the combo of the Purple Posy. We need to do a little cutting to our flashcard 2.0 pieces before we begin. We're going to start by cutting on our Whisper White, and we're going to cut that down to 3 1/4 inch. And now to cut on our Purple Posy, we're going to cut a 5.5 inch strip, and we want to go 1/2 inch and 1 1/4 inch. We're going to use all 3 pieces, but first let's start with our coloring. I'm going to use the Memento Black ink pad, and I'm going to take this image here. It's got 3 flowers on it. We're going to ink that up in the Memento Black ink, and we'll stamp that right here in the middle of that 3 1/4 by 2 inch piece of cardstock. I've now got my sentiment, thank you, from the bottom of my heart, and I've inked that up in the black. We'll stamp that up here at the top. This little bouquet of flowers is going to fill in right there. This is my 1 1/4 by 5.5 inch piece of my Purple Posy. We're going to stamp You Are Simply Wonderful. I'll ink that up in the Tuxedo Black as well. And we want to stamp this over to the right side of our Purple Posy cardstock. All right, our stamping is done. By the way, did you notice I used my Stampin' Pierce mat underneath me? Whenever I'm working with the photopolymer stamps, I really find that using this mat makes a world of difference. It's time to do some coloring. I'll set this one off to the side, and I'm going to bring in my grid paper because when we're working with the blends, the ink can seep through, and I want to protect my table. So what we're going to do is we're going to be coloring with the light and the dark Purple Posy. I'm going to start with the dark. And guys, one thing I love about Stampin' Blends is scribbling is great. I mean, you notice I didn't even try really hard. I'm going to come in, you know what, I'm going to do a little bit more. I did that with the brush tip. And now I'm just going to kind of come in and make highlights. I'm not even... There's no rhyme or reason to what I'm doing. And there's so much detail going on in this stamp. Thank you, Stampin' Up, for making it so easy that I really can just add some dots of this darker color. All right, so that was my dark Purple Posy. Now with the light Purple Posy, and yes, I'm going to use that brush tip, and I'm just going to scribble. God, we love scribbling, right? It's so easy. And I can just color in all the flowers. I'm going right over that dark. I don't have to worry about the dark color getting onto my light blend. It does not happen. So we can just color these in, and when the 2 alcohols touch each other, they blend, thus the phrase Stampin' Blends. All right, so there's my Purple Posy. I lied. We still need to get these little flowers here. Now you can do some highlight. I'm just going to use my light marker or blend on those. For the leaves, again, here we go. Connie's scribbling again. I'm literally just scribbling on. This is the mint macaron. And I'm just scribbling it on in the dark. All right, so we're starting with the dark. You know what, I think I'll go ahead and get these little, I don't know what these are, but we're making them leaves today. So I can just color those in. And just as I did before, I'll come back now with the light Stampin' Blend. And I will add my lighter color. And that's gonna give me all that great dimension in those leaves. One thing to note about blends is you'll start coloring and you'll go, oh no, that's looking a little dark. Give it just a minute. Let that alcohol dry. It does lighten up. For my sentiment, I'm just gonna kind of color in and add just a little bit of this mint macaron. I've got the dark, but either one is fine just to give a little balance to those little flowers. Always remember to cap off your Stampin' Blends when you're done because these are alcohol based. We don't want them to evaporate. I'm now going to find the die that matches my stamped image, and then I'm also going to come in, I'm going to use one of these scallops. We're actually going to run it through twice. So let me show you how I'm going to do this. I'm going to start here at the end. And I'm going to have one little scallop kind of hang off there. And you see I've just taken it right to the edge. I can place my other cutting plate right on top. We're going to run that through, and I'm only going to run it through right to that point when that's when you know that that die has gone through. And you can see the scallop that we've cut. Now to keep going down, I am going to lay this die back on those grooves and it'll just kind of notch itself into place. The only way I can describe it is it just kind of clicks. You'll just feel it like it won't move because it's down, it's crossing over what I already die cut. So now I can run this through again and you can see there is our scallop. Isn't it pretty? Love it. Now I went ahead and I die cut the floral image. So that's ready to go. And it's time to put our card together. All right, so we're going to start with our wonderful, and I'm actually going to use my grid paper. It's going to help me line things up to make sure I don't go crooked with my sentiment here. So let me show you how I'm going to do that. I'm going to line up the top of my card here on the grid, and I'm just going to pick a line here on my grid paper. And I can line it up there, and then I can line it up straight across. And guess what? I don't have to worry if I'm going a little ski-wampus. I know I'm good and straight. Now, remember these two strips. Let's take the larger of the two. I had to think about that for a minute. And we'll add snail on here. I'm going to use that same technique, lining it up on the grid, making sure I'm good and centered. Our final piece of Purple Posy, that's going to go right down inside our card so that when our card is closed, we get that little peek. It's looking great. I'm going to add 4 Stampin' Dimensionals because I think dimension makes everything amazing. We're going to add 4 dimensionals to the back of our focal image. I can peel off the backings and we can add that right there. Isn't that pretty? Now for our sentiment, we're actually going to do something a little different. We're going to go right here at the top. I can center that up in my card. That leaves me a lot of room here to write my message. And my friends, it's as simple as that. What a great way to create a card using just those 2 little pieces of cardstock. There you go, my friends, another simple flashcard. I hope you enjoyed this one. I love creating with Flashcard 2.0. And I loved how those Stampin' Blends created such a beautiful, soft floral image. And hey, what was not to love about the dies making it so easy? I didn't have to fussy cut, and I'm loving the scallop. I think the scallop really softened the card. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Now, if you want more details about the card, maybe you need to catch the measurements on how I cut that Purple Posy flashcard piece, here's what you can do. Head over to simplysimplestamping.com and look for the July 18th, 2019 blog post. That's where I'll have all the details about today's card. If you have not maybe yet purchased the Bloom and Grow bundle, this would be a great time to do it. When you go over to my website and you see that supply list, you can just click a pick. You could click that Bloom and Grow bundle. Click it. It's going to take you right to my online store. You can order what you need there. And hey, if you love the idea of flashcards, but you don't like the idea of all the cutting, I have got something amazing for you. It's called Flashcards to Go. This is where everything is cut. Your cards are already scored. You're going to have flashcards and Flashcard 2.0 pieces. Everything you need, including the envelopes, everything you need to make 40 cards and free shipping. So what's not to love about that? You can find all the details about Flashcards to Go at simplysimplestamping.com. Look up at the blue menu bar for flashcards and then Flashcards to Go. Guys, thank you so much for being here today. If you enjoyed today's card, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up on YouTube. I always appreciate that. And if you haven't already subscribed, why not join 63,000 other subscribers? Click that great big red subscribe button there in the corner and you can subscribe to my channel. YouTube will let you know whenever I'm back with a new video. All right, my friends, that's it for me today. I hope you have a fantastic day and we'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.